It's the Steelers now on the clock. The Tennessee Titans are now on the clock. And now on the clock, it's the Arizona Cardinals. On the clock now, the Houston Texans. On the clock now, the Detroit Lions. The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. With the next selection, the New York Jets. Now on the clock, the Giants. Now on the clock, it's the Las Vegas Raiders. On the clock now, it's the Atlanta Falcons. It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. The Carolina Panthers now on the clock. The Houston Texans are now on the clock. Now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. On the clock now, the New England Patriots. Now on the clock, the Washington Commanders. The Jaguars are on the clock now. And now on the clock, the Minnesota Vikings. It's the Philadelphia Eagles now on the clock. On the clock now, the Baltimore Ravens. The Colts now on the clock. The Green Bay Packers are on the clock. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. Now on the clock, the Los Angeles Chargers. The Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock. With the next pick, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock. The Philadelphia Eagles on the clock now. It's the Bucks, now on the clock. It's the Bills, now on the clock. The Chiefs are on the clock. Next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock. With the next selection, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next up, the Titans are on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Texans. Next up, the Commanders are on the clock. The Jaguars are on the clock. Next up, the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. The Washington Commanders are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Jacksonville Jaguars. With the next selection, it's the Washington Commanders. With the next pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. Now on the clock, the Washington Commanders. The Jaguars are on the clock now. The Denver Broncos are now on the clock. On the clock now, the New Orleans Saints.
This player's development trait is hidden. Put him in your lineup and evaluate. It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders, and it's coming up next.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they can earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Week 1 of the season as we drop you into the first drive of this ball game and get our first look at this offense. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Back to throw. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Let's go, man. Let's go, boy. Let's go. Every day, let's do it with you. Every day. Let's go.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, Elliott once more. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's fourth down.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards the pickup, 1st down Washington. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And they're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
2nd and 9 now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless 1st quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
It's week 1 of the National Football League, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Cowboys and the Commanders, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason, it's all led to this moment.
Week 1 of the season as we drop you into the first drive of this ball game and get our first look at this offense. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Was trying to find Jahan Dotson, and that'll bring up second down. They'll set up a throw. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
First look at the... Still scoreless here in the first, but a 3rd down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. Prescott now from the 50. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it.
This defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but now what can they design here to disrupt this 3rd down play? Now Prescott. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Time to get back into the action. We've got a red zone alert. 1st and 10 at the 14. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Time to get back into the action. We've got a red zone alert. 1st and 10 at the 14.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. From 19 yards away as they have taken the lead. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie, just getting back to even.
Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and unable to... Now back to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. That he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and shook.
Back to the ground with Robinson. Jaron Kearse in on the tackle.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
2nd and 5. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The last time everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick six. And now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they were moving it well. They just have to hang on to it.
Yeah, as you said, though, probably tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did. He'll drop to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top roll, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. This is brought in at the 21. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
and they will take over 1st and 10. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room.
Prescott on 1st down.
Schultz hauls in the quick throw.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Holding offense.
That's not good enough, man.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Prescott. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 1st and 10, Prescott.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.